Okay, well, like I was saying, there are some times that parents get revelation before they proceed, maybe before the child is even conceived and you're giving birth to. A particular case of my son, my second son, before the mother, had him in pregnancy, she had a dream. And she was like in a marketplace in a dream. And there came up some kind of, like a war. And everybody was running. And she ran and got to a particular place, and he saw that there were two houses. One was a mosque, and the other one was a church. And she looked and decided to run into the church. So when she ran into the church, the next thing he saw was three men. They were putting on this white cassock. And one of them just said, this is the woman we have been waiting for. We have been waiting for this woman. Wow. Madam, you are welcome. You have a child with you.
Wow.
You have a child with you. You are pregnant with a child. And you are going to give birth. And the name shall be called Olawale.
Olawale.
Olawale. And the child shall be good. So, and they prayed with her, and she woke up.
And at that point, she was not pregnant?
She wasn't pregnant. She wasn't pregnant. And a short while, the pregnancy came. And she told me that dream when she woke up. And when the pregnancy came, we started monitoring. And behold, the day the child was giving birth to, I myself also had a dream. And in that dream, it was like they were naming the child in a place that looks like, the child was in a cot, the baby cot, and it was half open. And I was wondering. Then immediately I walked in, my elder brother, who is like my father now, started, yelling, "Hey, Prosper has come." Say, this boy is Prosper. Prosper has given birth to himself. And now I looked at the scenario. It was not like a normal naming ceremony. I was wondering. So now there were two collaborations. That's my wife having that dream, and the child bearing Olawale, and me, As a matter of fact, the day the child was given birth to, we found out that he had this Nurubin stuff or whatever. Okay. This medical. So we took him back to the hospital. As a matter of fact, the child was named in the hospital. Same thing I saw in that dream played out.
Okay.
And when we came back from the hospital, I named him Prosper. Now, I asked my wife, what's the meaning of Olawale?
Said, you're not even Yoruba.
I'm not Yoruba. So how do I give my son Olawale?
Olawale.
I'm going to face too many questions. So thank God, at least there was a revelation that says Prosper. So, well, fine. I gave him Prosper in the hospital. I didn't give him a lot. So when I came back from the hospital, I invited my pastor, and we said, okay, what is the Isoko meaning of Olawale? It happens to be my wife's name, which is Igozino. Now, I changed the name and I gave him Igozino and Prosper. Not quite a week when he was named, the child started acting very funny. Very funny. And my wife said, you can see, this child doesn't want all these names, so that's, when God says something,
do it.
Don't be doing something that is contrary to. I said, well, whatever I gave, I said, I only changed that name to Isoko name. And he said, no, that we should go by what God said. I had to call the pastor and I discuss with him. What do you think? He said, don't do that. Whatever made God to reveal that to you, if you want that thing to come up with the child, then of course you have to name the child accordingly.
Obedience.
That's a spiritual revelation. I don't know the reason why God gave him Olawale, which is, God knows that name is a Yoruba name, but God knows best. So, and the child is getting sick and what have you. So I called the pastor and said, we have to change that name. And immediately that name was changed to Olawale. the child bounced back.
Please introduce your son to us today. Tell us his full names.
So what is his name?
So his name is Akeni Prosper Olawale.
Oh my goodness.
Those are his 3 names.
Welcome to this amazing world.
Wow,
How old is he now?
Well, he's 7 years now.
Wow.
And what has life been like?
He's 8 years going to 9.
Okay, 9.
What has life been like?
And then,
The
in
guy,
terms of giving
when
him
the guy,
his
when
real
the guy
name.
came in, honestly, I made the biggest money of my life that
oh
time.
my goodness.
Okay.
And everything was like, because Olawale means wealth has come home.
Oh my goodness.
Boy is wealth.
Okay.
Anywhere he goes,
Prosper wealth. It's still in the same line.
Anywhere he goes, it's prosperity. Because of him, things are given to us.
Okay.
So
nice.
it's a name personified.
I want to thank you for
his
this
name follows him
experience.
in
Thank
everything.
you. And I'm